I love the way an uncurled fist becomes a hand again. Because when I take notes, I need it to underline the important parts of you. Happy. Sad. Lovely.
My name's Shane Koyczan. We're at the Vancouver Art Gallery today, and I'm going to talk to you about some of my favorite things. My favorite album cover would have to be, and it sounds strange, but Iron Maiden's The Number of the Beast. Not so much because of the artwork, but rather because of the story attached to it. It was the first album I ever bought, and I did buy it because of the artwork. I was like, whoa, this is so cool. I'd never seen anything like that before. And then I brought it to school, to Catholic school, and then the teacher found it, and I got sent to the principal's office, and then they called my grandmother, who then had to come down to the school, and they're like, have you seen what your grandson is listening to? And the principal sort of slides it across the desk. That's The Number of the Beast. And my grandmother just sort of turns to me, and then she says, well, I don't want you calling him if it's long distance. You know, so that was just kind of like, I just love that she was so cool about like, well, this is not gonna, you know, this does not affect my kid in any way. So it was, yeah. I would say my favorite performer is probably, and it's weird for a lot of people to hear, but Charlie Chaplin, who's a guy who did not say a whole lot, but actually manages to say quite a bit by saying nothing at all. I've always loved that sort of performance style, and he was the master of it, obviously. And I love the fact that he was so artistic with his work. You know, while people were starting to do talking films, he stayed true to sort of the silent film thing until he finally felt that he had something to say, and so he put out the movie The Great Dictator, which if you watch the speech at the end of it is still so relevant today. And that was the first time I ever heard him speak, so it was like to have watched a guy who said nothing forever and ever and ever, and then he finally opens his mouth to say something, and it's so meaningful, it's so impactful. It meant a lot to me growing up. It's influenced me quite a bit. My favorite singer, I would have to say Freddie Mercury, easily, far and away. That guy, there was just so much conviction in his voice. You could hear it. Like, that's one of the first artists that I encountered that, you know, I heard them sing and I believed what they were saying because they obviously believed it as well. And that was really, that informed a lot on my style as well. How much do you want to emote? And I love voices that can do that. That while they can hit these incredible highs and lows and are technically amazing, they can still reach those emotional spaces. And Freddie Mercury does that every time. Best performance I've ever seen or favorite show that I've attended? I think when I was 18, I did a road trip with a couple friends. We came to Vancouver and we saw Ani DeFranco at the Plaza of Nations. And I think it was the combination of everything, of being with really good friends and seeing an incredible show. That was probably my favorite experience. There have been other like incredible performers, like Charles Bradley will probably be the closest I ever get to seeing James Brown. But that whole experience, the encapsulation of all that was a lot of fun because I was with really great people, and it was like the first time like leaving home and going to see a, you know, like a music show. It meant a lot, and it was an incredible show. Yeah, there's always a couple like that, but I'd say I don't know if it was the worst ever, but probably one of the hardest experiences I ever had was when I was first starting off. I got asked to do a show at SAIT, Southern Alberta Institute of Technology in Calgary, and they put me in the pub during happy hour while the Calgary Flames were in a playoffs game. So they had to turn off the sound so I could read poems at people, and the mood was just not good. And so, like, I mean, I told my agents, like, never book me in Calgary again. I feel like I just got out with my life. But then, you know, like, Calgary was like, we want you to come to the Writers Festival, completely different experience, and now it's easily one of my favorite places to play. So, you know, it's funny how that works. Like, you can have a really bad experience one time, but if you give it another chance, you know, it could be golden. Art. I love to be inspired, so wherever I can get that, whether that's a live show, whether that's a painting, whether that's somebody on a milk crate, whatever, like, I mean, wherever I can take it in. Like, I mean, to be inspired is always, because you're always looking, like, as an artist, I'm always looking to create new things, and I never know where those ideas are going to come from. But the one thing I've realized is they all come from art, whether it's me reading a new book or whatever. It's like being exposed to more art makes you want to create more art. So that's what I love. Thanks for watching again. My name's Shane Koyczan. Please keep an eye out. September 23rd, new Shane Koyczan and Short Story Long album, Debris, drops. It's not going to be on any other music platform, not iTunes, not Apple Music, not Spotify. You have to go to shanekoyczan.com to get it. Because apparently a lot of the music industry doesn't care about compensating artists fairly, so you got to come directly to us to support it.